Mental well-being and mental health is a major topic across the UK at the moment, and generally always has been. We are joined today with a number of postgraduate students studying on an MBA Global Business course, who have all been exposed to the topic today. Some of the students themselves have struggled with anxiety, depression, stress, loneliness, and even self-harming. And they all urge everyone to shout out, as none of us are exempt from mental disturbances, emotional instabilities, or mental stability. So let's get straight into the discussion. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
What is stress to you? What sort of stresses do you go through while you're studying at your university?
For me personally, I think stress comes from two things. It's either when I'm overwhelmed with so many things to do, or when I'm not uncertain, when I don't have certainty of an outcome, I get stressed and a bit anxious. And the way I deal with it is the first one, when I have so many things to do, I prioritize what's most important.
Is there anyone else that does their work extremely early? Because if you're like me, I am literally the day before.
Because that's stress.
No, that's stress. That's stress.
Stresses me out. If it's like tomorrow.
I'm like you. I literally, and it's a bad behavior. I wait for the last minute, and it ends up giving me like the worst acid stress. My brain sometimes generally just tells me, yo, today we're not
Definitely,
working.
how I deal with stress is like with assignments. We do have a lot of them due in at the same week or a day after each other. Well, I will allocate specific time for each of our assignments. So I'll be like, if we're doing strategy, I would assign 2 hours for strategy. After 2 hours, I'll like close the laptop, have a break, and then I'll move on. Like managerial finance we're doing, I'll go on to that. And personally, I like to upload the work a day or two earlier, so in case if there's any technical issues, I still have time to like solve it.
I personally like to gather a lot of research. So how are you guys with gathering research and making sure everything's done? Which parts of your assignments is the most stressful for you?
Definitely research, hands down.
Thank you, Chris, for joining us.
Experience the time that I face or experience stress is when I have deadlines to meet for my coursework or assignments, or when we have group meetings and we have to be present for those meetings. Sometimes I need to plan myself accordingly because I'm working at the same time. So time management can be an issue for me.
I think it's very important that students learn how to balance their work, studying, and playtime. And I think that's the roundup of most of our stress.
I think with mental health, everybody experiences it in one form or another, whether it's direct or indirect. And I think that if we don't find balance, it is very easy for it to become an illness. Mm-hmm. And I think that when you're studying, especially, people don't know what depression and anxiety and all those things looks like. It doesn't have a look. So each and every single one of you could have a different form of something. It doesn't have an identity.
I don't have my parents here. Some of you have your parents here. So we all have different small things that we need to balance, as she had said before. But that whole learning how to balance is also stressful. Mm-hmm. Because you're learning how to balance all these things at serious intensities. Like your schoolwork is intense. Your fear of the unknown, because you're also in a foreign land, for myself, stressful, and it comes with full force. What else? You're missing home and you want maybe your home food. You just want to be home. Or you just want to see your mom.
For myself, I think the language is biggest shock. Sometimes Chinese have different language. Like, for example, some people said you are looks good today, but we always said no, it's okay. But for the foreigners, they said okay, thank you, and something else. But for me, I don't know what I can say. Just thank you. We try to talk about with different background, but I'm still thinking we still have the language diaries. I don't know some words I can't use the English to talk. Assignment, but assignment different because I don't know. For assignment, just research and resembles paraphrasing, but I think for the personal talking is different.
Okay, so you wouldn't say that there's an issue when it comes to assignments, the language differences, it is quite easy for you, or?
Yeah, assignment.
I'm a very person as well, and it's really impacts on me, and I'm trying to change, see how I can change that by having like a time management procedure whereby, I manage my time effectively to make sure that, I submit or do whatever I have to do in good time without putting myself in a lot of stress, anxiety, or depression.
Depression is more than simply feeling unhappy or fed up for a few days.
Depression. I've been depressed personally, and I've had weird bouts of them since I started MBA, because I graduated in 2016. So the distance between, as we talked about earlier, the transition. So there's 2016 and now it's 2020. So there's some of these things in between that I can't remember. I can't, even the work, even just doing the research, even just referencing. It becomes overwhelming, and at times I genuinely cannot leave my bed. There's like a dark, I don't even want the lights on. I just want to be alone and I just sleep.
Depression affects people in different ways and can cause a wide variety of symptoms.
So when that happens to me, when I go into that mood or that state, this is where I feel I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay in bed all day, just not do anything at all. But that's the time I kind of push myself and I get myself out of my bed and just do something, anything at all. It could be cleaning the house, just get something in hand, just kind of distract your mind, or just do something and just kind of get yourself out of that depression.
How would you get out of that depression?
Let's go to gym.
Oh, gym.
That's really
Oh, good. That's a good.
Yeah, and or drawing.
A coping mechanism that I found to be working well for me. I got a study buddy. And not necessarily just in school, just someone I'll just say, yo, I'm starting to feel that weird thing, and he's my study buddy. And we'll actually sit down and talk about school. Be like, okay, we need to get this done, this done, this done. Even if we're not even physically in school together, I'll bring him like, okay, you know what, we did this, and we need to get this done, this done, this done. So I'm accountable to him, and he's accountable to me.
Because then we can now bring out the points that we, don't know about. You bring yours, I bring mine.
Yeah.
The perspective at which you look at things is not the same that I look at things. So if you bring it out and we share it, then that shared value amongst us, we'll now use it to bring up a very good work, and that one helps mental health.
The fact that we all experience different things, and just literally just from this talk alone, you realize you're not alone in some of these things, and it really helps. And also seeing that I could try draw. I know I can't draw, but maybe I could try just draw something. Maybe try go to the gym. Try maybe call my mom. Try take a walk. Try go see the wellness. I think sometimes it's good to talk about it, especially as international students, because everyone has a different way of looking at things.
If your mental or emotional state quickly gets worse, or you're worried about someone, help is available. You are not alone. Talk to someone you trust, because sharing a problem is often the first step to recovery.
I've been suffering from anxiety and part depression, and I try not to believe I'm depressed, but also I am a self-harmer. But coming to university gave me an excuse to come outside, to get out of bed. When I see my assignments, even sometimes it feels a bit daunting to do it, I will say to myself, Brina, that is helping combat your depression. It's going to help you not think about, hurting yourself because you feel lonely, or anxiety that I don't want to come out the house because I'm so used to being in the house. Because how do you manage those situations that are
probably still relevant because they can, as we said earlier on today, you know, depression, anxiety, they don't have a time. It's just a bomb that literally can just go off at any time. Are you managing your assignments and you're, you know, coming to university, and what is helping you the most?
What's helping me the most is coming to uni because I have to manage my time. I have to say so my anxiety doesn't get the best of me and I end up saying I don't want to do any work. I always give myself my own deadline. So uni would give me a deadline, I would give myself a deadline. And my work has to be done at least 4 to 5 weeks beforehand.
I was very aware of what I was going through because mine triggered from a trauma. So it didn't just gradually begin to mess with my mental health. There was a traumatic situation, and then that was it. So my awareness was from the beginning. So it's making sure that you understand, I think, what structures you need. And I found that being in uni, doing my assignments, having those deadlines, and making sure that certain things are done. And the most
I've experienced depression and anxiety, and you're not alone. Speak out. Someone will help you.
Hi, I'm Sapna. I've experienced depression and stress, and just wanted to say you are not alone.
I am Yuki. I'm from China, and I have experience in cultural shock and loneliness. So we are not alone.
Please and please seek help. Do not suffer in silence. Thank you.
You are not alone. Shout out.
You're not alone. Seek advice. It's crucial that we seek advice. You're not alone.
If you feel sad, you feel like you're going to a dark place, talk to someone or tell someone about it. Depression is not a problem. It's not something to be looked down upon.
Because sometimes it comes in waves. Sadness comes in waves. Loneliness comes in waves. Mental health doesn't come like a cold pop. It comes in small waves. But sometimes it's like you're taking yourself to the hole. And it's not intentional. It's intentional but not intentional. It's like self-harm of the mind.
It's always good to talk about it. Talking also lightens the load. Help is everywhere. Anonymous call lines, well-being centers. You can just get help because it's not easy and it can literally paralyze your life. So get help. That's all you need. Help. Just a little help.